Hi, welcome to my channel. Before we start, I'm an author, I am a coach. I offer mindset coaching and I offer manifesting coaching, all available on my website. Just pop along, have a look and see if anything suits you. Okay, the 3D. The 3D at the moment means nothing. Absolutely means nothing. It's just the pictures that are showing to you at the moment based on how you are energetically, how you have been energetically, and how you are now. Sometimes when we have made a significant internal shift and we see something show up that we think, how the hell has that happened? We can look back at energy of how we felt a few weeks previously, and it can be something from that showing to us now. So a really good thing to do when you are starting to shift in your energy is talk to yourself and say, I do not want anything to show in my reality from the energy I was feeling beforehand. I do not want to manifest from that old energy, because basically you're just realizing and understanding and giving a signal to your subconscious that that stuff is not relevant to you anymore. Just make a point of saying something. I'm not saying that nothing will ever happen from that, but you've probably really dumbed it down at the very least. When I've done that, I haven't actually seen anything from it, but when I haven't done it, I have. But you can significantly dumb it down or cancel it out completely. But as soon as your energy starts to shift, your internal starts to shift, your external will start to shift. When I'm talking about an internal shift, I'm talking about, you know that you feel differently. You know that you've changed your feelings on a certain subject. You know that you're not ruminating on the past. You're doing something different. You can't keep doing the same, keep having the same energy and experience something different. You are always going to get the same version of reality shown to you if you feel the same. If inside you feel the same, outside will be the same. In order to affect a change, you have to do something different. But apart from doing something different, you have to feel something different. So you have to know that you feel slightly differently than you did before. So a really good way of doing it is, like, say you've got really bad attachment to the outcome and you are looking at releasing that, is start with, okay, I'm thinking about this too much. I'm ruminating on this too much. At the moment, where am I on the scale of attachment? Where am I? Okay, I'm an 8. Okay, well, I am going to stop ruminating. I am going to give myself a switch word so that when I drop into that old energy, I am going to say a word that just knocks me out of it in the moment. And I might have to keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. But then I am going to measure myself after 2 weeks and see if I've dropped on the scale. Am I now at a 7 or am I at a 6 or a 5 even? Whatever you have shifted is significant to you. It will be significant to your 3D reality. 3D, like I said, is just showing to you at the moment based on how you are energetically. So based on your vibrational frequency, that is what is showing to you in pictures at the moment. When that changes, the 3D can do nothing but change along with it, because that is the way this works. Try not to think about it in terms of manifesting. Try to think of it in terms of life. This is how reality is and this is how reality works. It shows you pictures on the outside based on what's going on inside of you. So if you change that, then the outside will change. But it's not you affirming and affirming and affirming in order to see a change, because you won't see a sustainable change then. It's you changing your perception, changing your feeling. When you can feel a shift internally, so you feel that something is different than it was before, then something will then be different on the outside than it was before, because it cannot fail to be. But when people tell me that this doesn't work, I will say to them, well, really, you haven't shifted internally. You're still having the same old feelings. So your energy is still the same. And if your energy is still the same, then 3D will still be the same. But actually, 3D is, you can call it an illusion, but it isn't really an illusion, is it? If it's happening for us, then we can't really see it as an illusion. We just have to see it as temporary. Everything is temporary based on our feeling state in the moment. If we change our feeling state, the 3D will change. It's just the way that this works. This is what reality is. Actually, it seems to be. And if you believe in quantum, if you follow quantum, if you are interested in quantum, then to me, that's what's going on here. We select the reality that we shift into based on the energy that we are emitting. So based on the frequency that we are emitting, that is what impacts the 3D. That is what changes the 3D. It bends it, it shifts us into a new reality. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you cannot keep feeling the same and see a different 3D. The 3D changes according to what's going on internally. So something going on externally is not what is going to change the 3D for you. It's always internal. And we have this kind of habit of thinking or believing that something happens on the outside and it's that makes us feel the way that we're feeling. Yes, we might have a little trigger point, something might have happened, and then we jump on that energy and we grow it and we grow it and grow it, so we see more and more and more. If we had, say, an incident happened that we didn't like, but we disregarded it, we decided that we weren't going to give it any more energy, we weren't going to add to that frequency, and we totally disregarded it, that would probably not grow. Well, it wouldn't grow, and it wouldn't grow into something bigger because we haven't grown it into something bigger internally, so it won't grow into something bigger externally. But we have this habit of latching onto things and thinking about it and ruminating and having the feeling of it inside of us, so that we see more and more and more of it. More evidence is shown back to us that this is how things are, but actually it's the feeling that comes first, not the 3D reality. So, but if you think of it as life and the way life works, and you come away from manifesting a little bit, then you don't see it as this woo-woo thing, you just see it as this is what reality is. So to summarize, the 3D as it is now is not permanent, it is temporary. And if you can work on your inner state, then your outer state will change, because it has to, because that is what the algorithm of life is reading. It can only read what you're feeling. So you don't get what you want, you get what you feel, so you get what you are. So when you change that, that's what you're going to get, something different. Right, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, then I would love for you to do that. I'm doing my best to slow down. I'm really trying, because I do get a lot of comments about how fast I speak. When people's native language is not English, I do understand that I'm probably quite hard to follow, so I'm doing my best. I'm doing a teachable course at the moment. Actually, I'm doing a business teachable course, which was really unexpected, but I am. And I'm really practicing talking slower with that. So hopefully I've translated that over to this video, and it is slightly at a slower pace than usual. I guess I just have to practice. It's very difficult because my natural pace is fast, so it is quite difficult for me to slow down and keep my train of thought going. So comment, and if you think there's no difference, then okay, I'm wasting my time, but maybe if there is and you say it was much easier to follow this time, then that's great. So thanks for watching.